Now let's talk about the intermission in chapter 7. Other commentators call it interlude. Intermissions are visions usually inserted in between visions to explain what's going on. It could be a look back into past history, or a look ahead or anticipation of what's going on in the narrative or plot line of the same book, the book of Revelation. Now, remember, we are anticipating an answer to this prayer in chapter 6. The souls of the martyred believers are told to wait and rest a little while until their full number is reached. And then once that is completed, then the Lord will bring judgment and vengeance upon the earth, the wrath of God. At unang nakita ni John sa vision ay a vision of 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. So at sabi dito, Israel, can we say kasama dyan ang Gentiles? No, we can't, because the book doesn't say that. We cannot add to the book, to what the book is saying. Furthermore, sa susunod na bahagi niyan, sasabihin yung mga Gentiles. So we dare not confuse the two. Una dito ay from the 12 tribes of Israel, and ang pumipigil daw may pumipigil daw na 4 angels sa 4 na winds that would hurt the land, the sea, and the trees. No, it could be an allusion to Daniel chapter 7, where the 4 winds are stirring up the sea. But in this case, John is using the same imagery with the 4 angels holding back 4 winds from harming the land, sea, and trees. And then another angel came up holding the seal of the living God, and told the other 4 angels not to harm the land, sea, and trees until he puts a seal on the foreheads of the servants of God. Yun yung 144 from all tribes of Israel. 144 from 12,000 each tribe. Meron diyang 12 tribes, and it's a round number compared to a great multitude that will be described next. It reminds you of a remnant passages, no, na ang sabi ay although they are as many as the sand of the seas, yet only a remnant will be saved. So it gives you that picture, and it also reminds you of what Paul said in Romans, that the gospel is to bring salvation first to the Jews and then to the Gentiles. And then the seal on the foreheads will again be mentioned in chapter 22 kapag nasa new heaven and new earth na sila. And also the 144 from all the tribes of Israel will once again mention in chapter 14. Just a heads up. Okay, then the next passage from verse 9, ang sumunod niya nakita ay a multitude that no one could number. No, kagaya nga ng sinabi sa Romans 1:16, Jew first and then the Gentiles. So in this case, Jew first ang nakita ni John sa vision niya, and then a remnant of the Jews, and then now a multitude that no one could count from every nation. So clearly these are Gentiles, and they are standing before the throne and before the Lamb, wearing white robes, holding palm branches in their hands, and they cried out, "Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb." So white robes, from the start we already know it signifies the blood ransom sacrifice of Jesus that made them clean, that made them forgiven or washed because of the blood ransom sacrifice of Jesus. And also the way they say it, the way they cry out, also indicates that they were saved by the Lamb and by God. And then sabi nung mga angels around the throne in heaven, kasamang elders, kasamang four living creatures, they said amen. Okay, and then they praised God. And then they said amen once again. And so the next scene takes us to one of the elders asking John the question, who are these in white robes? And where did they come from? And sabi niya, hindi niya alam. And then sabi nung elder sa kanya, they have come out of the great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. So these are Gentile Christians, part of the church, who have been persecuted just like the souls under the altars na mga nauna na, and they have also been they also survived or maybe martyred out of the great tribulation. Most likely martyred kasi the last seal will not be open until the full number is reached. So most likely they are martyred. Sabi dito, therefore they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will shelter them from his presence. Never again will they hunger, never again will they thirst. The sun will not beat down on them, nor any scorching heat. The Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd, and he will lead them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Bakit natin hinighlight yung mga will? Because this is anticipation to the new heaven and new earth, no? Kung saan dun sa Revelation 21 ay nandun yung sinasabi na sila ay in the presence of God and of the Lamb, and they are serving God doon sa new heaven and new earth. And ganun din sa 22 chapter 3. Sabi doon, there will be no more curse. And the throne of God and the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. Kaya it's an anticipation ahead. So it's, like I said, intermission explains what's going on, and it could also be anticipating, looking ahead in the future. So now the full number is reached. Ano nang susunod? So it could be the answer to the prayers of the souls under the altar. Okay, so let's recap. This is the church, the Gentile church, and the Jewish church. Together, one church. One people of God, made up of Jews and Gentiles. So now the seventh seal gives us a picture of the altar na merong incense at just like on your screen, ganito yung itsura ng priest using putting incense at the altar, and the smoke rises up because of the fire burning the incense. At dito sa seven seal, ganun nga ang picture din na pinapakita ni John, or nakita ni John. When he opened the seventh seal is opened, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. And then seven angels came and stood at the altar. And seven trumpets were given to them. And then another angel na may incense, nandun din sa altar, binigyan siya ng mga incense, which symbolizes the prayer of God's people. And then the smoke of the incense together with the prayers of the people went up before God from the angel's hand. Remember sa chapter 5, nabanggit na yung golden bowl full of incense containing prayer. So you see, usually incense, bowl and incense and censer signifies in this book as containing the prayers of God's people. Now, ang ginawa ng angel, nilagyan niya ng fire from the altar yung censer, yung pinaglalagyan ng incense, at tinapon niya sa earth. No, yung prayer kasama yung fire, kasama yung censer, tinapon ng angel sa earth. And what happened when he did that? Ang nangyari, yung sinasabi natin last time na weather anomaly, no, which always associated with the presence of God. No, ang nangyari, there was an earthquake, peals of thunder, rumblings, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. Kaya may earthquake. Yan. And so, ang susunod na eksena ay yung 7 trumpets.